The Galactic Council chamber floated in the void between stars, a crystalline structure the size of a small moon. Inside its vast auditorium, 3,000 delegate species gathered in their designated atmospheric zones. Ambassador Vorken of the Threxian Dominion, current council speaker, raised his four manipulator limbs for silence. His compound eyes swept across the assembled delegates. The newest species to achieve faster-than-light travel requests admission, Vorken announced, his translator converting clicks into universal standard. They call themselves, humans. From a planet designated Sol 3, locally known as Earth. Murmurs rippled through the chamber. The Threxians had been spacefaring for 12,000 cycles. The youngest current member had achieved FTL 300 cycles ago. Species younger than that rarely survived first contact with the galactic community. The transport vessel materialized in the receiving bay with none of the usual spatial distortion. Commander Jackson Torres stepped out first, his dress uniform crisp despite the 3-week journey from Earth. Behind him came Dr. Rebecca Morrison, xenobiology specialist, and engineer Marcus Webb, who couldn't stop grinning at the alien architecture. A Threxian escort, crystalline and vaguely insectoid, approached with what their briefing materials suggested was curiosity. Commander Torres. The Council will see you now. I must warn you, many species find their first Council session overwhelming. Torres smiled. We'll manage. The humans entered the main chamber through an access tube that adjusted gravity and atmosphere to Earth standard. When the barriers fell away, all three froze momentarily. The sheer scale dwarfed anything humanity had built. Thousands of beings turned attention toward them. Vorken's voice boomed. Humans of Earth. You are the 3,247th species to petition this council. Present your case for membership. Torres stepped forward, his voice steady despite the weight of representing 8 billion people. Honorable council members, humanity comes seeking friendship, trade, and knowledge. We've studied your first contact protocols transmitted to our system. We understand we're young, perhaps reckless by your standards. But we believe we have something to offer. Indeed. A delegate from the methane-breathing section spoke, their words bubbling through translation. Your species achieved FTL a mere 2 of your years ago. What could you possibly offer civilizations millions of your years old? Dr. Morrison stepped forward with a holographic display. Our planet is difficult. 97% of species in this council evolved on stable worlds with predictable climates. Earth is classified as a Class 7 death world in your databases. Shocked silence fell. Death worlds were known, barely habitable planets where evolution turned vicious. Impossible, hissed a reptilian delegate. No sapient species survives Class 7 designation to achieve spaceflight. Yet here we stand, Morrison continued. Our planet experiences violent weather systems called hurricanes with winds exceeding 300 km per hour. Earthquakes that reshape continents. Temperature variations of 70 degrees Celsius between seasons in inhabited zones. Our gravity is 1.3 times standard galactic norm. Our oxygen content is toxic to 60% of council species. Webb pulled up images of Earth, tornadoes, tsunamis, volcanic eruptions, blizzards. The council members recoiled. We don't show you this to boast, Torres said quietly. We show you because surviving Earth taught us something. We learned to adapt. To engineer solutions. To refuse surrender when conditions turned hostile. He gestured to Webb, who activated another display. 3 examples. First, medical technology. Because Earth constantly bombarded us with diseases, we learned to manipulate cellular biology. Our treatment for cellular degradation could extend average council member lifespan by 30%. Whispers erupted. Longevity was the holy grail of galactic civilization. Second, materials science. We built structures to withstand earthquakes and hurricanes. Our composite materials are lighter and stronger than standard galactic alloys. We'd like to share the formulas. Morrison took over. Third, psychological resilience. We've reviewed galactic history. Peaceful species sometimes struggle with unexpected catastrophes, station failures, colony disasters. We've trained for crisis response our entire evolutionary history. We'd like to offer training programs. Vorken leaned forward. Pretty words. But the council tests all applicants. You will face the simulation, a crisis scenario. Most species fail. Are you prepared? We are, Torres confirmed. The chamber darkened. Holographic displays showed a space station with 5,000 inhabitants of mixed species. Then, critical failure. Life support failing in sections. Hull breaches. Fire in the oxygen sectors. Panic spreading. The scenario was designed to be unsolvable, testing how gracefully species accepted failure. Torres, Morrison, and Webb huddled briefly. Webb's fingers flew across a portable terminal he'd brought. Morrison calculated atmospheric needs. Torres coordinated. Seal sections 7 through 12, Torres barked. Evacuate oxygen breathers to the methane zones. Yes, it's toxic, but they'll survive 15 minutes. Webb, can you reroute power? On it. Overloading the backup grid, now. Gives us 8 minutes of life support in critical zones. Morrison, triage. Who needs immediate evacuation? The 3 humans worked with frightening efficiency, treating the simulation like a real emergency. They made brutal choices, sacrificing damaged sections to save populated ones, using one species' toxic environment as a safe haven for another, overloading systems in controlled burns. When the simulation ended, they'd saved 73% of the station's population. Stunned silence filled the council. The previous best score was 41%, achieved by a species with 3,000 years of spacefaring experience. Vorken stood slowly. In 12,000 cycles serving this council, I have never witnessed this. The scenario was designed to be unwinnable. A delegate from the silicon-based section spoke, their voice like grinding stones. You treated it as though lives truly hung in balance. Torres met their gaze. Because in our experience, they always do. Earth doesn't offer second chances. Neither does space. Vorken addressed the assembly. Council members, we vote now on humanity's admission. But I propose an amendment, that they be granted not probationary status, but full membership. And that we immediately establish an exchange program. We have much to teach them, but perhaps. He paused, they have much to teach us about survival. The vote was unanimous. As the chamber erupted in the council's traditional acceptance ceremony, a harmonic frequency that humans felt in their bones. Torres allowed himself a small smile. Earth's children had arrived. And the galaxy would never be quite the same. Rebecca leaned toward him. Think they're ready for us? Torres watched 3,000 species celebrating humanity's arrival. Probably not. But we'll figure it out together.